Welcome. In this video I'll show the best settings for recording with OBS. Now as you can see, I'm already in OBS, and now I'll walk you through the settings which have worked for me best for recording and also streaming. Now when you click into the onto the settings tab, you can see it opens up this settings menu. Here in general we usually don't need to change anything, as this should all be fine. When we go to stream, you can change your stream settings like your stream key, and then output. This is where we actually do the changes. So for streaming, I believe the very important part here, or very important metric, is the bitrate, because the lower the bitrate, the lower the resolution is, or the lower the quality is. However, the better the FPS in that case. So if you're streaming, you might want to lower your bitrate if it's laggy. Now for streaming, I'm not going to go much into depth because I'm not streaming actively, so I don't know if these are like the best settings. But for recording, I do record a lot, so these are the settings which have worked for me best. So you obviously want to choose a recording path. This is just a folder on your PC where these videos will be saved, which you're recording. And then recording format, I would suggest you select MP4, as that is like I would say the most popular video format, which is supported with most applications. And so recording format MP4. Then audio track is not that important. Encoder is NVIDIA NVENC, and I think this one works best for me. You need to make sure that it says H.264 and then new, because there's also like a different version of this, but this one seemed to work best for me also for games which are which have a lot of movements. For example, Rocket League. This is what I had recorded. And then we could also rescale output. For recording, I don't do that because my monitor is 1920 times 1080, and I don't need to rescale anything. But I would also recommend that resolution for you. Now for the rate control, make sure to use CBR, and then I personally chose a bitrate of 5700. That seems to work great for also video games with a lot of movement, but also more also videos like this where there's like not a lot of movement. Now if you increase the bitrate, your file size gets larger. If you decrease the bitrate, your files are smaller, but especially when you're playing video games where there's a lot of movement, you will see the resolution will be very bad. Then keyframe interval, just set it to 2. Then preset, I have max quality. Now you could also choose max performance if you have a PC which is rather bad. And then profile, I would just choose high, but you can obviously play around with this. The other ones are not as important. Now about audio, there's not really anything you need to change about this. Then we have video. Here I would also say 1920 times 1080 is the best resolution which you should choose, and then also common FPS values. So here I do not recommend putting in more than 60, so I would actually limit your FPS to 60. Or if you want to increase bitrate, but for example the file size of your recordings are too large, then I would maybe decrease this to even 30, especially when you're doing recordings like this one where there's not really a lot of movement, only my cursor moves. There I could also choose 30 or even 15. So about the hotkeys, you can then also set hotkeys for example, start streaming, stop streaming. I'm not going to go into that because I think that is pretty self-explanatory. You would just click on this and then select a key, and whenever you press that key, it just starts your stream, or when you press again, it stops your stream. So hotkeys should be pretty simple to understand. Now about advanced, here render, I would choose direct 3D 11, color format NV12, and color space 709 with the color range of partial. This is really important so that your video actually looks good. And if I just cancel, you can see those are, in my opinion, the best settings for recording with OBS. Now if this video was helpful, make sure to like the video, and thank you for watching.